Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Glenrich Maths. Today we are going to solve a question on perpendicular bisector of a straight line. And the question belongs to paper 060613 for the session October-November 2024. Let's see the question. We are going to solve question number 8. Question number 8. Let's read the question. The question is, the straight line y equal to 2x plus 1 intersects the curve y plus xy plus 3x square equal to 15 at the points A and B. The point C with coordinates 21 over 10 k lies on the perpendicular bisector of AB. So here there are many information together. Number one is, first step is there is a curve. This is our curve, and this curve is intersected by the straight line y at the point A and B. So this is an abstract question. If we try to imagine this scenario mentally, it may be very complicated. So first of all, let us sketch these two figures. This is a curve. Let me draw and show you. Suppose this is a curve. Okay, this is a curve, and the straight line AB, the straight line A and B intersects the curve at this point, at A as well as at B. So what can we do? As the curve, as the line line AB intersecting the curve, then definitely they have an common point at A as well as B. That means common coordinates for both the curve as well as the straight line. And the equation of the curve is given. Let us find the equation of the curve in standard form. So equation of the curve is this: y plus xy plus 3x square is equal to 15. Well, we have just written over here, this is the equation of the curve. So we have written y plus xy plus 3x square equal to 15. Then we can take y common from the first two quantities. If we take y common, there remains 1 plus y, and 3x square has been transposed to the right side. So if we isolate y on the left, then this 1 plus x has gone down as denominator. So now this is our y on the left side, and this is the right side, the function, the quadratic function, or whatever you tell. This is the function on the right side. On the left side there is y. As we have already come to know, the straight line, intersects the curve at A and B. That means both of the equation are equal. I mean, both of the y's are equal. So here y equal to 2x plus 1 is the equation of the straight line. So instead of y, just we have written, look at this, it was y on the left side. There was y on the left side. Instead of y, we have written the equation of the straight line. Equation of the straight line must be equal to the equation of the curved line, because they are intersecting each other. Well, then by doing cross multiplication, let me erase this unnecessary parts. By doing cross multiplication, if we do cross multiplication, this one will multiply it by 1 plus x. So after multiplication, we got 2x plus 2x squared plus 1 plus x. And on the right side, as there is nothing under this numerator, there is 1. So by 1, if we do multiplication, 15 minus 3x square, that means ultimately our left side is going to be this, and right side is 15 minus 3x square. So it is visible that it's a quadratic equation. So in this quadratic equation, we write all of them on the left side. On the left side, the whole of the equation, and right side is 0, because we have come to know as there appears x squared, that means it's a quadratic equation. Well, after that, let me show you the next part. So this is our function. On the left side we have got 2x square plus 3x square. If we add up 2 and 3x square, it will be 5x squared, then 3x. So 5x square plus 3x, 15 minus 1 is 14. So 5x square plus 3x square, 5x square plus 3x minus 14 is our function. Just the same as I have told, I have written over here, the 5x squared plus 3x minus 14. Now we can split the middle term. How can we do? 5 14s are 70. 5 14s are 70. And 10 sevens are also 70. So we can split the middle term as 10x minus 7x, and it produces 3. Then in every pair we'll get something common. Look at this. In this pair there is something common. Same goes for this pair, there is something common. In the first pair, if we take 5x common, there remains 5x into x plus 2. From the second pair, if we take negative 7 common, then it will be x plus 7 into x plus 2. So x plus 2 is a common factor in between these two quantities, and then 5x from the first quantity and negative 7 from the second quantity. So ultimately our root will be x is actually negative 2 and another x coordinate is 7 over 5. So these are our x coordinates. Actually we should know what will be the corresponding y coordinates also, because let me show you the figure again. So this is the figure, combined figure of both the straight line as well as the curve, and they are intersecting at A as well as B. So we got the two values of x, that means one is for A and another x coordinate of B. Now we should know what is the y coordinate. As the straight line intersect the curve, so this is the y coordinate. If we substitute the value of x, then we will get the corresponding y coordinate. So y equal to 2x plus 1, we will just substitute the x coordinate. Here I have written as x equal to 2. X equal to 2 when y is equal to, we have already come to know it's 2x plus 1. So 2, my x equal to not 2, x is equal to actually negative 2. Let me show you from a little bit upper part. Yes, x is, this is our x coordinate. First x coordinate is negative 2, second x coordinate is 7 over 5. So if x is negative 2, our straight equation of the straight line was what? Y equal to 2x plus 1. So 2x plus 1 means it is going to be 2 into negative 2. That is, it was 2x minus x means negative 2, 2x plus 1. So y is our negative 3. When x is equal to 7, second quadrant, because again I am showing you the straight line is intersecting not only at one point, it is intersecting at B also as per the question. So we have got x and y coordinates of A. Now we are going to find the x and y coordinate of B. Already we have got x coordinate. Second x coordinate is this. This is the second x coordinate. So for these x coordinate, corresponding value of y, we can write here x equal to 7 over 5. When y equal to, y is what? 2x plus 1. So ultimately we have got 19 over 5. So we have got two coordinates. Coordinates of A, x was negative 2 and y was negative 3. Was it negative 3? Let's check whether it was negative 3 or not. Yes, it was negative 3. Y is negative 3, x is negative 2. And x is 7 over 5, y is 19 over 5. So we are writing one is the coordinate of A. Coordinate of Coordinates of A are x is negative 2, y is negative 3. And coordinates of B are 7 over 5 and 19 over 5. Now actually we should not forget that they have told us to find the perpendicular bisector. Look at this, the lies on the perpendicular bisector. Okay, so let me show you perpendicular bisector. Let's say this is our straight line A B. Okay, now perpendicular bisector means the line which passes through the midpoint is straight line which passes through the midpoint is called perpendicular bisector. And they have told that this point perpendicular bisector here, suppose it is P, perpendicular bisector, this is P. Okay, or you can term it as M also, because this is the midpoint, this is M. And another point, look, they have told that C is a quad, suppose here there is C, and the coordinates of C are what? 21 over what? 21 over 10 and K. We will have to find out the x coordinate of C is given. This is x coordinate 21 over 10, but y coordinate is missing. That means how much is this? So what can we do? As we know that this line, this is MC, suppose MC or whatever you call, but C is sure because this is C coordinates, the name of this coordinates is C. So C, this is suppose MC. MC is the perpendicular bisector of AB. That means this MC is passing through at the just midpoint. This must be the midpoint of AB. This is the midpoint of AB. Otherwise it cannot be perpendicular bisector. So two information are required. One is the midpoint of AB. As we know the coordinates of A and B, what are the coordinates of A and B? Coordinates of A we have got, suppose negative 3, negative 2, sorry, negative 2, negative 2, negative 3. This is the coordinate of A. And coordinate of B we have obtained what? Let us see the coordinate of Y. Second coordinate of B are 7 over 5, 19 over 5. 7 over 5 and 19 over 5. So this is 7 over 5 and 19 over 5. Let me draw this figure once again to make you understand. Let me draw over here. Okay, this is the line A and B. Okay, and the midpoint is the perpendicular bisector. Suppose this is M, the midpoint M, and at C, suppose C is given here. We may suppose it to be here. Okay, now coordinates of A is negative 2, negative 3. Okay, negative 2, negative 3, negative 3. And coordinate of B is, what was the coordinate of B? We have got it here. Coordinate of B are uh, yes, coordinates of B are 7 over 5, 19 over 5. So we will just write over here 7 over 5, 19 over 5. 7 over 5 and 19 over 5. So these are the two coordinates. We know the two coordinates of AB. Then M is definitely midpoint because this is perpendicular bisector, and C is given. We can write C also over here. C is 21 over, it's given here 21 over 10, and K is to be obtained. That means Y coordinate is missing. So this, if we know the midpoint can be obtained from AB. So how can we find midpoint? We require midpoint and coordinate of C is given. So we can find the equation of the perpendicular bisector, because if we know equation of a line, then easily we can find the corresponding, because one of the coordinate is given, one of the coordinates is given, so we can find out the other coordinates applying the equation. So what are we going to do? We are going to form the equation of this perpendicular bisector and the line which is passing through the midpoint of AB. First of all, we should know the gradient, because for forming an equation we should know the gradient of a line. How can we find a gradient? Gradient is y minus y, the gradient of AB. First we are going to find gradient of AB. A is this, y quadrant of A is this, y quadrant of B is this. So it is 19 over 5 plus 3 minus, it should be actually minus, so minus minus plus 3. That means, coordinate, how to find the gradient. Gradient is equal to actually y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. This is how we find the gradient. So y1 is, suppose this one is y1, 19 over 5, and this is y2. Okay, so y1 minus y2, then x1 minus y2. X is our this one is our x1, suppose, and this is our x2. So 7 over 5 plus 2. Then ultimately, what are we going to get? Our gradient of AB, let me do it mentally. What will it be? Look, 5 threes are 15. 5 threes are 15. 15 plus 19, 34. And in the numerator, 5 twos are 10. 10 plus 7, 17. So 34 over 5 and 17 over 5. So we can write the gradient of AB is 34 over 5 and 17 over 5. Then both these 5 are denominators. They can dissolve each other. After that, there comes 34 over 17. If we divide 34 by 2, our gradient is going to be 2. So gradient of AB is 2. Then what is the relationship between AB and the perpendicular bisector? Is actually the gradient of AB will be negative reciprocal of the perpendicular bisector. So this is the information we should know, that this concept is, for perpendicular bisector the gradient becomes negative reciprocal. So as we have got the gradient of AB, we have got a gradient of AB. So gradient of perpendicular bisector will be negative half, I mean negative reciprocal of the line. Here I have written that a gradient of bisector is, it is negative reciprocal. So gradient of the line is 2. So gradient of the bisector will be negative half. Now already I have explained that these two lines are intersecting each other at midpoints. Okay, through the midpoint of AB, this perpendicular bisector is passing. So for forming the equation of this perpendicular bisector, we should find this midpoint. So let us find the midpoint. Already we have got the coordinate of A as well as coordinate of B are these two. Okay, now what will be the midpoint of these two? How can we find midpoint? That means x plus x over 2. Here midpoint of AB, this is the coordinate of A, quadrant of A plus quadrant of B divided by 2. It is midpoint. So M equal to, let me show you, that is not there. Suppose, let me write over here, midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 over 2. And for y coordinate, same, that is y1 plus y2 over 2. So first x coordinate is negative 2. Once again I'm showing you. Look, x coordinate of A is negative 2. X coordinate of B is 7 over 5. So we have written minus 2 plus 7 over 5. Then for y coordinate, it's negative 3. This is negative 3. Y coordinate is negative 3, and other y coordinate is 19 over 5. Just we are doing addition. So first x coordinate is negative 2, and second x coordinate is 7 over 5. We have added up, and first y coordinate is negative 3, and the y coordinate of B is 19 over 5. So if we calculate this, 5 to the 10, 10 minus 7 is 3. So first x coordinate is minus 3 over 10, and here 3 fives are 19. 3 fives are 15. From 15, if we subtract 19, it's 4, positive 4. So our midpoint, x coordinate of midpoint is minus 3 over 10, and y coordinate of midpoint is 4 over 10. So we can write here actually the midpoint is minus, what was it, minus 3 over 10 and 4 over 10. The here it is minus 4 over 10 and minus 4 over 10 or minus 3 over 10. Minus 3 over 10, it is minus 3, minus 3 over 10, and y coordinate is 4 over 10. So we have got this midpoint. I mean, this, there are two coordinates. We have got the coordinates of M as well as C is given. Now easily, and we have already obtained the gradient also, so easily we can form the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So now it is time to write the equation of the perpendicular bisector, as there is no space left on this page. Let me move on to the next page, page number 3. So we can write here equation of the, well, let me write the coordinates first. What were the coordinates? Coordinates were negative 3 over 10 and 4 over 10. Negative 3 over 10 and 4 over 10. So negative 3 over 10, negative 3 over 10 and 4 over 10. These are the one of the coordinates. Then other coordinates is, that means coordinate of C. Coordinate of C is given in the book. It is 21 over 10 and K. 21 over 10, 21 over 10 and K. So we got two coordinates as well as the gradient. Gradient, we have got this negative half. I can show you from here. Our gradient is, here is the gradient. This is our gradient of the bisector is negative half. So we have got all these three information. Now we can form the gradient is negative half. So our the two coordinates are minus 3 over 10, 4 over 10, 21 over 10 and K, and gradient is negative half. So we can, how can we form the equation? And equation is y minus y1 equal to gradient. Let me write gradient as M or G, whatever you write. Suppose G. Gradient into x minus x1. Well, so this is the way to form an equation. Okay, this is equation. So we have written here the equation of bisector is y minus 10. Y minus, we have chosen any one of these. Suppose we have chosen this one. Okay, this coordinates. So y coordinate is 4 over 10. Y minus 4 over 10 minus, not minus, equal to gradient is negative half. Already we have decided it's negative half. Then x minus x coordinate. So x minus minus 3 means it's plus 3. So we have written y minus y coordinate equal to minus half, means gradient x minus x coordinate. Any of the coordinates can be taken if there are more than one coordinates. After simplifying this, what will we get? We get that y is equal to, so this is negative half, negative x over 2, and this, if half multiplies this, it is negative 3 over 10, and this minus 4 over 10 has been transposed to the right side and it has become 4 over 10. So ultimately we have got y equal to minus x over 2, and this is our equation. Minus x over 2 plus 5 over 20 means 1 over 4, whatever. Yeah. So what are we going to get? We were trying to get the equation of this line, what we have already obtained. This is equation of this line, MC. Okay, and in C, let's see the question once again. They have told at C, this x coordinate is given, y coordinate is to be obtained. As we know the equation, now we will substitute the x coordinate. X coordinate is 21 over 10. So let us substitute this at C. At C, let me erase this unnecessary part. At C, x equal to what? 21 over 21 over 10, and y was k, which is to be obtained. So our equation was what? This is just our equation. Our equation is this: y equal to minus x over 2. So y means k. We have written here k equal to, then minus x. Let me erase this. Y equal to k, and x is equal to what? X equal to 21 over x. So from the question we have come to know it is 21 over 10, and there is negative symbol in front of x. That's why it is negative 21 over x over 2 plus 5 over 20. And if we simplify this, we will get, it is going to be 2 tens are 20, is negative 21 over 20 plus 5 over 20, means k is going to be negative 21 plus 5 means 16 over 20, means k is going to be actually negative 4 over 5. Let me show you whole of the solution at a glance. This is what whole of the solution is. So what are the concepts? Let me recap. That first one was, they have told there are two lines, one is curved and another one is straight line. They intersect each other, and we have supposed that this is a, they told a and b, and they intersect the curve at a and b. After that they have told that the perpendicular bisector of this line AB has a point, coordinate has a point, suppose c is, let it be c over here. C coordinate of c is 21 over 10 as well as k. They told us to find k. So for the concept is, perpendicular bisector always passes through the midpoint of a line, and the gradient is negative reciprocal of the gradient. So first what did we do? We have got the coordinates of a and b, then we found the midpoint. After that we require the gradient of ab, and then we reused that gradient of ab for forming the equation of perpendicular bisector. I think you have understood. This is what the whole solution is, page 2, and this is the remaining part. Well, now we are going to solve question number b. What does b say? Let me see the question number b. B says the point D lies on the perpendicular bisector of AB such that its perpendicular distance from AB is twice that of the point C from AB. Find the possible coordinates of D. So it's a little bit twisted. For solving this, it seems to be very easy to be solved, but actually it's not such easy as it seems to be. So let me draw sketch a figure of this. They told the point D lies on the perpendicular bisector AB. Already we have got the equation of perpendicular bisector of AB from A. Now let me show you, suppose this one. Okay, this is line AB. Okay, this is line AB, and perpendicular bisector we have already got that this is perpendicular bisector, and coordinates of A and B are known to us. Let us write the coordinates of AB. Coordinates of AB was, yes, coordinates of A are this -2 -3, B is 7 over 5 and 19 over 5. But what do we need? We need the midpoint of AB. Okay, because it is all about perpendicular bisector. It's negative 310. So our here this is negative 310 is the midpoint, negative 310. And they told there is another point at C already we have obtained. Here is C. Okay, not over here, let me write over there. Suppose here is C. Okay, and at C what is the coordinate? Coordinate is, this is C, where the coordinates are, we have obtained x is 21 over 10, 21 over 10, and y coordinate is negative 4 over 5. Well, so these are the coordinates we do have. Now the question says that there is a new point. Suppose here there is a new point. The new point is over here, it is D. And they told that distance from AB. From AB means this straight line. This straight line is AB. From here, distance from perpendicular distance. Let us see the question once again. This is actually perpendicular distance. D lies on the perpendicular bisector such that its perpendicular distance means that is also perpendicular line. Perpendicular distance from AB is twice that of the point C. So from AD is, it is over here. Okay. So this, the perpendicular distance from this point, until C is twice the distance between this. Suppose this is what can we call it? We let us call it as P. Okay. So from P, the distance of PC is, distance of PD is double of distance of PC. Suppose this is 1 unit. Okay, one time, and this will be the 2 time. That means this is also 1 time. Sorry. So suppose this is 1 meter from P to C. Here is C. Let me erase this one. Okay, from P to C, this distance is suppose 1 meter. This is 1 meter. Okay, this is 1 meter, and this is also 1 meter. So what happens from P to D? It is actually 2 meters. That means PC is half of CD. So what can we know? That from P until D, actually C is the midpoint. I think you got my point, that they have told that PD is double of PC. PD is double of PC. That means C is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. So if we know the midpoint of any straight line, then easily we can find the distance of D. And what is, suppose this D is over here, X and Y. We don't know any of the coordinates. Suppose let them be XY. So we know the coordinates of P as well as D. D is XY. P is already known to us, and C is the midpoint. So what is the formula for midpoint? We can apply the formula for midpoint. So it is, just I have written that in word. What have I written here? That since midpoint of PD is equal to coordinates of C. Once again, I am repeating, midpoint of PC, midpoint of, yes, midpoint of PD is coordinate of C. Once again, I am showing from here, midpoint of PD. Midpoint of PD is this, and that is actually C. From P to D, once again I am repeating, P until D, they told that PD is twice of PC. That means C is at the midpoint of PD. Just the same concept has been written over here, that midpoint of PD is coordinates of C. Now how can we find midpoint? Midpoint formula, once again I am repeating, it is x1 plus x2 over 2 and plus y1 plus y2 over 2. What are the midpoints? What was the midpoint of PD? P is, coordinate of P is negative 3 over 10. Should I show this? P was what? This. This is the coordinate of P, and coordinate of D is x. So it will be negative 3 plus x over 2. Negative 3 plus x over 2, and 10 plus y over 2. Okay, so negative 3 plus x, just I have written over here, negative 3 plus 3 over 10, not negative 3, it was not negative 3, it was actually negative 3 over 10. Let me rectify this. This was not negative 3p, I have written here the coordinates of P are, coordinates of P are negative 3, 10, 3 over 10 and 4 over 10. Then coordinates of C are, we have obtained 21 over 10 minus 4 over 5. Since distance between PD is twice that of PC, C is the midpoint of PD. And how can we find midpoint? We will add up these two. Okay, we will add up these two and divided by 2. Then we will add up these two y coordinates and divided by 2. So let me show you the next page. Yes, I have written as it is x coordinate of P is, x coordinate of, not over here, x coordinate of P is negative 3, this negative 3 over 10, and x coordinate of C is 21 over, sorry, x coordinate of D, x coordinate of D we have supposed it to be xy, x and y, x y. So it will be negative 3 over 10 plus x. Just I have written over here negative 3 over 10 plus x over 2, and coordinates of P was what? 21 over, not P, it was C. Coordinate of C was negative 21 over 10. X coordinate, look, this is x coordinate, x coordinates, this is x coordinates. After that there is negative 3 over 10 plus x, and we got that this has been transposed to the right side. Then it is going to be 10 over 45, 42 plus 3, 45, that is 2 over 9, 2 over, this is the x coordinate of point D. Okay, x D we can write here, x coordinate of D. Then same goes for y also. We know that from page 2 we can see the y coordinates. Okay, y coordinates is going to be, these are the two y coordinates. Okay, this one is y coordinate, y coordinates of P, and y coordinate of D we have supposed it to be y. So 4 over 10 plus y. We have written here 4 over 4 minus 4 over 5 is 2 over 5 plus y. Isn't it 2 over 5 plus y? It was, this is 4 over 10. Okay, 4 over 10 plus y. So 4 over 10 can be written as 2 over 5. So 2 over 5 plus y. We have written here 2 over 5 plus y, this is 2 over 5 plus y over 2, because we are writing midpoint, remember this is the midpoint, and the midpoint means C, coordinate of C, coordinate of y coordinate of C was negative 4 over 5. Then by simplifying this we got that y equal to negative 2. Okay, so coordinates of D, this was our, once again I am drawing, suppose here this is D. Okay, it is D, and we got the coordinate as 9 over 2 and negative 2. Okay, this is D, and here there was C at the midpoint. C, coordinates of C were what? 21 over 10, 21 over 10, and another one was this negative 4 over 5, negative 4 over 5, this is the coordinate of C, and we know the midpoint of the apartment, that is P. We have supposed here P, P was negative 3 over 10 and negative 3 over 10, and y coordinate was 2 over 5, 2 over 5, this is just a sketch, 2 over 5. Now the question is, actually if we go back to the question before I explaining the next part, this is a twist actually. They have told us to find the possible value of coordinate of D. We have got one of the values as D, but there is another question that if D falls on the other side of AB, this was AB, then what will happen? We have supposed it over here, but D may be over here also, isn't it? So at d1, suppose we are considering this as d1. D1 is equal to x1 comma y1. So it may also be D may be over here also. Okay, so where the coordinates may be x1 and y1. Now the question is, what is the relationship between these D? Look at, as P is the midpoint. Okay, P was the midpoint of line AB, and we have already got that from P to D. This is what, since P is the midpoint or perpendicular bisector, I mean this is the midpoint of AB. So D1 and D, they may have this P may be at the midpoint of D1 and D also. That's why I have written P is the midpoint of again P is the midpoint of D1 and D, because we should not forget that we have got the distance of PD. PD is the, here 1 unit, here 1 unit, 2 units. Okay, and they told that the distance between PC and PD is double. So this PD is double at the lower part, so upper part is also double, isn't it? If it is so, and as P is the midpoint, so definitely PD and P D1 will be equal. That means P is the midpoint. So I have written P is the midpoint of D1 and D. So for how to find midpoint? Very simple. We know this is the midpoint x coordinate, and the x coordinate of D1 is x1. So we have written 9 over 2 plus x1 over 2 equal to 3. Midpoint is negative 3 over 10. Then after simplifying, we got that x1 is equal to negative 51 over 10. Similarly, y coordinate of D is negative 2, and we have supposed y coordinate of D1 is y1. So negative 2 here, negative 2 plus y1 is equal to 4 over 10 is the y coordinate of the midpoint. Then ultimately we have got the y coordinate of D1 is 14 over 5. Then possible coordinates are, first coordinates we have already obtained. This is 9 over 2 minus 2 is y coordinate, and the second possible value is negative 51 over 10 and 14 over 5. Before I end up, I want to retell this concept again. You may get confused that we have already got the coordinate of D over here. Yes, D coordinate has been obtained from here. Then what is the necessity of another D? Actually, it is ambiguous. If we found the D coordinate at this point, the nowhere there is any restriction that D cannot be over here. D can be over here also. If D is over here, so how can we do our P is at the midpoint, because this is perpendicular line. Okay, D and D1. D and D1 is a perpendicular line. So from the distance between A to D and A to D1 is also equivalent. That means this line is lying in the perpendicular. This is called actually reflection. Okay, reflection in the line AB. So it may be this D and D1 may be the reflection. This point may be reflection of D1 may be the reflection of D. That means this is midpoint. So we have applied the midpoint concept for two cases. So first cases the midpoint was C for only PD. But in the second case, that P is the midpoint of both the D and D1s. I tried my level best to explain. If you have understood, then I will be grateful to Almighty Allah. And to to show you full of the solution, I'm going to erase all unnecessary parts. Yes, this is what the final part of the solution. Then at page 3 also, you can let it be written. Okay, let not me erase this, it may be beneficial for you. And here also let it be as it is. So if you are benefited in the least bit, then please pray to Almighty God for my betterment in the future. Fi amanillah.